Hey guys, it's been quite a while and actually I was contemplating what should my next video be. So I asked from some friends and they were waiting for a video too. So I just I really appreciated that. And one of my friends was like, wait, why don't you make a video about anime recommendations? Um, First, thank you to him, and he said that he wanted more people around him that liked and appreciated anime. So, if you already love anime or appreciate anime, this video can be helpful for you to find new animes to watch. Or if you're a beginner and you just want to get into anime, then this is the video for you. So let's get into the video. To be honest, I am not really like a really huge super fan because I just started watching anime out of curiosity back in 2019. So it's just been almost kind of 2 years or something like that. So my list is pretty small. So I apologize in advance if the list of anime doesn't have the kind of genre that you're into. In fact, I'm into dramatic anime with some romance into it and some psychological stuff. So most of the animes that I'm gonna mention are like that. So let's get into the list. The first anime that I watched was Deathparade, and to this day I'm still fascinated by it. It made me cry. Like in the ending, I was in tears because it's a really emotional anime. In fact, it talks about life. It's basically oriented in a bar, and there's the bartender who his clients, the people who come to the bar, are actually dead people. So he is the one who decides according to the behavior of the clients. And I'm not gonna say too much, but basically when the client comes into the bar, there's like a little game that he or she has to play, and in that, according to that, he's going to decide whether they deserve to go back to life. And the story is really interesting, and I love the animation too. It's fascinating. The music is also very mesmerizing and interesting. So you should definitely check that out. In fact, I'm saying all the animes in the order of that I watch them mostly. So it's not based on the preference. In fact, I'll mention my favorite anime in the end. The next anime is quite a steamy anime. So if you're too young, maybe you should wait a bit to watch it. It's called scum'swish, and it's a romantic and psychological drama. It talks about two school students, two classmates, a boy and a girl, who they both like other people, but those people don't like them, and they're not in a relationship with the people they actually like. So what they do is that maybe you have already heard friends with benefits. They decide to have a relationship that's not based on what they feel for each other, but what they feel for the person that they actually like. So they get together, and the story goes on from there. It's quite complicated, but it's also very interesting how the character deals with what they feel. And I think they portray all the emotions really well, especially on the characters' faces. So if you're into that type of anime, you must check it out. Also, it's not that long, so you won't take like a month to finish it. That's also the beauty of anime. Like, the episodes are mostly 24 or 20 minutes long, and sometimes it's frustrating because you want a good 1 hour episode, but it's time saving, so if you're busy you can watch them in a go. And the next anime is very special to me. It's called Nana, and my best friend recommended it to me. Shout out to her. This anime has about 40 episodes, and it's longer than the ones on this list. It's very emotional not drama, sorry. Maybe if I said drama list, sorry. It's a very emotional anime. So it talks about these two girls that they have the same name and they're the same age, but they're literally the opposite. Like, they're the opposite, but they coincidence happens, and then they meet on a train while going to Tokyo, and they like become in their lives become, how to say, like connected from that moment, and they find each other again when they are going to buy an apartment, and then they become really close, like like a sister type of relationship. But things get complicated. In everyone's life there's a period where things get complicated, but it's very deep, and this anime lets you to feel empathy and sadness for all the characters equally. And maybe some characters you'll hate them and some characters you'll love them. I just love this because it's also a kind of very personal anime to me, and there's also music in it. In fact, I love that about the anime. There are two nanas, so one girl is in a band, so you get to hear different songs from them. And if you're into music, the rock type of music, you'll find some new songs that you love. So you must watch it because it shows how, how it portrays love in different ways and relationships. So yeah, I'm talking more about this anime because I just love it so much. Yeah, you should watch it. I'm not going to talk more about it because there are other animes on the list. So let's get to the next anime. The next anime is Paradise Kiss. Okay, maybe I'm using my hands too much just to show off that I put nail polish on. The next anime is Paradise Kiss. Paradise Kiss is a very unique anime. It's also a bit like Nana because it's also romantic anime, but it talks about this girl who's very pretty and tall, and she's spotted in the street while she's walking to school or walking home from school. I don't remember exactly, but this group of students of a fashion school, they call her and they call her on the street and they ask her to be their model for this school's event. And she feels, she doesn't really like it at first, but then she finds a passion to be modeling and like that. I think her mother is against it, but then again she follows her dream and then she falls in love too. So it's very unique because there are different characters that are so unique and special. You must watch it if you're into fashion and also love and passion. You must watch it. I just love this anime because it's not the usual, it's not the usual type of story that are in TV series, like the usual one that, okay, there's a girl, then she falls in love, she goes to high school, blah blah blah, and then they get out of it. It's not like that. Another positive thing about anime is that each anime is so unique from the other one. You can't put two animes together and say they're exactly the same, because it doesn't work like that in the anime world. Okay, the next one is the fifth anime that I'm going to talk about is Kakegurui. Maybe some of you already have heard it and have seen this Kakegurui on TikToks or Instagram, because it really got famous because the characters are kind of crazy. I'd say, yeah, crazy. So Kakegurui talks about gambling, and it talks about how there's this school that's not the usual type of school. There's gambling going on, and there's some students who are even addicted to gambling. Basically, each student has a status. So if you win games of gambling, you can be like a high ranked student, and people will treat you well. They can't bully you. You can even be part of an association of the school and like be with the president, the school president. That's also students. So, and if you don't win, and if you're not lucky in gambling, you get treated really badly, and you have to follow what others say, and they can treat really badly. So there's this new girl who's kind of freaky, who goes to this school, who's called she's called Zabami, and she goes, and then she really surprises everybody because she like proves that some people are even cheating, and from that the story goes on. It's a must watch because it will entertain you a lot, it will make you laugh, and it will surprise you too. The video is getting a bit long, I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, I'm passionate about it. I started watching the first episode of season 2, but I couldn't finish it. I should get back. Okay, so the 6th anime on the list is Sukitte Inayo. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, but I'll include all the list of the animes that I say in the description box, so you should check them out there. So it's also called Say I Love You, this anime. This anime is really cute because it talks about a girl who's really shy, and she goes to a school, and then like there no one really notices her, but she then like she grows, she changes, she makes new friends, and then she, you know, like her world expands more. And then even in that anime it portrays every character uniquely and differently. It shows also that there's a guy who falls in love with her, and then it's basically it's how she feels and how her mind works why she falls in love. And then there are more characters, some are jealous, some are kind, you know, unexpected things happen. This is a really kind of childish anime, but I think you should watch it because it's worth it, you know. Okay, I think I didn't include enough anime for the guys or girls who love action animes, because I don't really watch those types, but I did check out Tokyo-ghoul season 1, so that's the one if you really love, you know, if you like creatures or sorry, if you like creatures or fighting and stuff like that, or detective type of stuff. Tokyo-ghoul is really nice. As it says in the title, there are some ghouls, some creatures that are going to, you know, like going to hurt the humans. And there's an accident happened in the first episode, and this boy becomes half human, half ghoul. So they're usually like, it's usually you think that all the ghouls are bad, but it's not that in this case. In this case there are some ghouls who, you know, love humans and take care of them and are even friends with them. So he oh shit, so sorry. There's this boy who he's lucky, so he finds the group of ghouls that are good, and then there's people like the FBI who want to protect the humans, who want to kill all the ghouls. So, you know, it gets complicated, and somehow like they don't exactly find common ground, but it's also the journey of this boy as he transforms into half ghoul, and how he feels and how the other ghouls feel. So yeah, if you really like action type, it's a must. Plus it's not just season 1, even though I watched only season 1, there are more, so you can check that out. And the final anime that I most recently watched is Love is Hard for Otaku, and this anime is really like, it's really funny and it's also very entertaining. You should watch it definitely. It talks about otakus. If you don't know, otakus is usually in Japan, and otaku describes himself as like a manga lover and people who, you know, that are into gaming a lot, that they're always on computers and not very, I mean, wait, let me search it up, because actually I'm not sure exactly otaku meaning. Okay, otaku is a Japanese term for people with consuming interests, particularly in anime and manga. Yeah, so I was right. Basically, you know, like when you're so much into something, it consumes you, so that's an otaku. I think I have some friends who are otakus, definitely. So yeah, Love is Hard for Otaku. Even from the title, it talks about a girl who's an otaku, and at first she's ashamed because she hides it from people because she will be judged. In fact, she even hid it from people whom who she was in relationships with. But then she goes to work to a new place, and she finds a guy who was her classmate, and he's an otaku too. So she finds more people that are like her, and there's love, there's drama, and it's very funny because the characters interact with each other in very funny ways. In fact, I told you she finds people like her. So there's this the classmate she was in love with. They kind of fall in love with each other, but it's not like it's kind of, how to say, it happens slowly, and it's really cute. But then they have friends who are another couple, and the couple fights and stuff. It's so funny, you must watch it. And yeah, this video turned out to be quite long. Again, I'm so sorry if you're not someone who's into long videos. Sorry about that. And thank you for the people that actually sticked up till now. I appreciate you. So here there, in this list, there are 8 animes. I'm pretty sure there are more animes that people love that I didn't mention, and maybe some are even mad that I didn't mention them. But as I said, I don't watch as many animes because I watch TV series, movies, K-dramas, animes, and then there are people who only watch anime. So yeah, if you really love an anime and would like and hope me to mention it, but I failed to mention it, please mention it down below. And oh yeah, now that I forgot it, I didn't really watch this anime, but it's literally everywhere. You must check out Naruto. I didn't, sorry about that. But yeah, and thank you for watching this video, and thank you for checking me out. See you in the next one.